Hello, guys, and welcome to Cupid. It's a visual novel about a mother who gives love to her daughter in particularly strange ways. Without further ado, let's just get it started. So, I got maybe 20 minutes in if I were to take anything in life seriously, and I had to re-record it because mistakes happen and the audio clipped out, and hopefully I fix this, or else, third time's the charm. And I just feel like every time I play this, my reactions just aren't as genuine. I don't know why, of course. Anyway, let's start. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. There's no need to explain, it's only natural. A mother loves her daughter more than anything else in the world. He hates you, doesn't he? The whole lot of them despise you, don't they? Chasing you into the forest and gouging holes in your legs. All because you smiled at their husbands. And you know what? You deserve it. You freak. You disgusting, horrible, filthy girl. Didn't I tell you to stay away from them? Never listen. It serves you right for being the dirty girl you are. But you don't have to worry, darling. It's alright. Even if the whole world wishes you dead, I promise you this. Your mother will always be by your side.
My goodness, child. Whatever has happened to you?
Oh, I actually didn't realize last time because it kind of just trails over it, but her leg looks really bad. The girl was slumped in the doorway, soaked by the rain. Her legs were covered in dirt and blood. She lifted her head upon hearing the priest's voice and staring at him with blank eyes. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. She hobbled forward, her bloodied leg giving away. Automatically, the priest rushed forward to steady her. Years of spiritual training had prepared them for the most unexpected guests to his church. He sprung into action. He ushered her to a pew, brought out some clean cloth and antiseptics, and began to bandage the wound on her leg. Yet throughout all this, he found he couldn't take his eyes off her. He would be gazing at the roll of bandages in his hand, deciding how to tie them, and then, out of nowhere, he would be staring into her eyes. Even with all the mud and grime smeared onto her face, he couldn't deny that she was absolutely beautiful. How old was she? 20? 18? 16? Yo, it's worse looking at it again, because he keeps going down. Like, how old is she? She's so beautiful. 26? 20? 14? God, I'm so attracted. It's like, that's not the best look. There are many more compliments you could give rather than, hey, you look like you can be at least 15. Which, I mean, she does. Her face was so young. The priest had long since aged past his desire for the opposite sex, but somehow, something about her enraptured him. When he realized his own thoughts, he quickly steered his mind towards other manners.
My child, what has happened to you?
She seemed to take all the time in the world before responding. He looked at me.
What?
He looked at me, and he touched me. And then he started to kiss me. At first, the priest didn't understand. Then he realized with a jolt of anger what she meant. It was happening more and more often nowadays. The young men of France these days were spirited, uncontrollable ruffians. He sounds like he's talking about just like teenage youth being pranksters. Like, oh, got your nose, got your bra, TP'd your car, fucked your wife. Like, non-consensual. Like, oh, those hooligans, gosh darn scoundrels. Kids these days have no respect. A lady walking home by herself one night would be prey to a few number of them. Lust. One of the 7 deadly sins, the one that the priest personally despised the most. Furrowing his brow in sorrow, the priest laid a hand on her thigh.
You're safe now, child. God's house is a sanctuary for the faithful.
I don't think he'll protect me. He looked at her in confusion. You see, Father, I've sinned again. Right there among the pews, before the altar of God, she bowed her head. I'm sorry. Was she apologizing to him or to someone else? Her hair hid her face and her eyes, and the priest could make neither head nor tails of her. He suddenly realized that his hand was still on her thigh. He hurriedly drew it away. I'm sorry. She repeated this phrase over and over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. After a while, the priest got up and fucking left because she was getting annoying. Don't fret, child. You're not to blame. I will contact the local constable, but in the meantime, you're free to make yourself at home. I'll fetch you a hot drink. He's gonna roofie it. He patted her hand and let go to go to the bathroom. She remained seated in the pews, her head bent forward. As the priest's footsteps faded away, the entire church fell into silence. Now it was the dead of night. The clouds covered the sky. And also, is the music too quiet? Because I'm not sure actually. So I'm going to take this moment just to raise it slightly. There you go. Now that it was the dead of night and I raised the volume, the clouds covered the sky. Barely a sliver of moonlight filtered through the stained glass. The girl sat alone in the ring of darkness. She opened her mouth. No, I know. If I may say my piece, surely. Yes, mother. But he is so very kind. Here's the relationship aspect. She's not exactly the nicest mother, and I kind of don't want to be completely out of character here, so I'm kind of gonna balance the line of not downright, abusive, but not the kindest either. So, we're just gonna start out some anger, just good old wholesome family anger. You're truly an idiot. Haven't you learned your lesson? You were injured because of your own doing, and you dare tempt fate again? I don't know why I can't read. Sorry, mother. I just thought it better to eat and sleep before I left. Don't be angry. And stop your disobedience. I only want you safe, dearest. I only want what's best for you, child. Do you believe that? Yeah. I saw the way the priest looked at you, didn't you? I read that wrong. That's okay, because it still makes sense, doesn't it? And still, you insist on staying. Where is your head? So follow my words, and that's final. Flee and never look back. Yes, mother. I understand. I shall leave at once. How am I going to mind you like this? You attract so much misfortune everywhere you go. My poor child. Okay, well, not exactly what I said, but again, just miscommunication. It's fine. This won't be a common theme. My stupid little girl. Always a blight, aren't you? Whatever will you do without me? I'm sorry, Mother. Thank you. Always guiding me. It's all my fault. The girl sat in silence. Mother was right. After all, she was always right. Everything was her fault. Her fist shook with a mixture of fear and conviction. She had to do penance. Be strength. There's something I wish to do. The girl rose from the pews. In front of her was an altar, and on top of the altar was an ornately decorated cross. It was as wide as her head, and the tip of the cross had been crafted to such that it was razor sharp. I can read, I swear. I'm smarter than third grader. She left the pews, knelt briefly, and then walked over to the altar. Don't tell me. You're quite sure you're doing this? The arms girl trembled ever so slightly. What other way is there for me to atone? She picked up the cross. Oh, my darling daughter. Mother is so proud of you. Slowly, she brought the tip end close to her face, so close that it hovered just above her left eye. And then, a scruffy young girl in tattered clothes peeked through the opening gates of not gonna speak French in this entire playthrough. Thanks, guys. An afternoon gathering was being held in the gardens. People from high-class estates strolled around the manicured gardens while chattering loudly together. Those beautiful ladies clad in silken velvet, their necks adorned with pearls and jewels. A variety of foods was displayed on the table. The girl stared at the food. She hadn't eaten properly for the past few days. I'll tell her not to linger. We must not linger in this place any longer. I detest it. Surely we can look around for a bit. It's still a little early. There was something else that called to her, other than the party itself. She walked to and fro from the gates, peeking at the crowds despite the urging of her mother to leave. Just a tiny glance would be enough. The girl smiled at the thought of him. The owner of this manor. Mark you. The girl was drawn to him. He wasn't the same as other people. He seemed different somehow. Jesus Christ, if she doesn't look like a serial killer, I don't know what. He was kind to her and would always hand her food when she delivered flowers. Her heart felt at ease with him. He's the same as everyone. I do not care for him. I don't really like him. I did not care for him. But I wish she would stop ogling the man like a common whore. I just want to see him, Mother. What for? What good is his presence to you? He makes me feel that there are still good people in the world, Mother. There are no good people in this world. Okay, not so bleak. It's hard to say. And, of course, dear. We do not know the real intentions people have. One can hope that real chivalry still exists. But even good people can always put their needs first. Even your precious Marquis. Don't you think I'm a good person, Mother? Of course I do. Of course, child, you're special. Haven't I raised you as such? I've tried my best, my dearest. Yes, Mother. You keep me right. I love you. The girl stared at her shoes and looked around for a bit, hoping for just a glance before she left. And there he was. There was no harm in looking, she reasoned. Imagine, like, talking to your friends, and, like, behind you is just her standing there, glaring at you from the distance. That's such an unnerving sight. She would never enter Marquis' world. Let her heart be filled with hope. He turned his eyes to her direction. Did he smile at her? The girl's heart stopped. Did he recognize her? She beamed. My, is this creature deaf or as well as dumb? It might be. Poor thing. Mademoiselle? A voice called to the girl. I said no French. I made a mistake. She gasped. It seemed that somebody else had noticed her presence. She turned to leave. No, my dear. Poor little creature, don't run away. Charlotte, she stinks. Don't touch her. Came to crash the party, little urchin. You hungry? Her stomach gave a little rumble. She was always hungry, it seemed, no matter how much or how little she ate. Encouraged by the kindness that Marquis had shown her, the girl approached the woman. She teetered towards their table. What are you selling? Oh, look at this poor creature. Is she selling roses? These are all ugly ones. But not as appalling as the rag she's covered herself in. Are you trying your best to be this propulsive? Jesus Christ. Now, don't be mean, Antoinette. Perhaps perhaps it's common or fashion nowadays. They laughed while gawking at her and her wares. Oh my, she has only one eye. Ghastly, but I can't look away. The other lady nodded her head. Like a sideshow attraction, you mean? The freak at the carnivals? She's darling in her own dirty, monstrous way. Can we keep it? Do you think... Oh, hello? Do you want some bread, urchin? Well, speak up. Maybe her tongue is short, and that's a list of her sterling qualities. Quiet, Antoinette. Come on, don't be shy. Do you want some food? Let us hear you speak. Yes, ma'am. What? Yes, ma'am, I would be grateful. One of the ladies clapped in mockery at her reply. Number 3, you're a fucking bitch. I knew it. She's like the worst to them. What the heck? I mean, they're all mean, but at least number 2 doesn't outright insult me, apparently. Oh, she talks. The girl handed her the bread. The ladies handed her the bread, but it was snatched away just before her fingers grazed it. Not before you dance for us first. God damn it, I gave you props. Oh, make her do a handstand. I've seen one of those street people do that. Quite marvelous. Now, I'd like to see that. This party is getting quite boring. Come on. Oh. Well, come on. Dance for your food. The girl looked at the beautiful, cruel faces of the women. I look on them. It was the burning desire to hurt something, simply because they could. She knew that look. Before they touched her and hurt her, they had that look burning in their eyes. Oh, look what you did, Claudette. She's shivering like a leaf. So Antoinette, Claudette. But what's the last one? Like Charlotte? Does Charlotte count? Antoinette, Claudette, and Charlotte? Does Charlotte count? I don't know. The lady was laughing as she said those words. I didn't do anything. She should be grateful we're even offering her this much. Besides, these commoners are supposed to be jolly in their misery. Come on, girls, show you're jolly. The girl moved away as she laughed. Mother, please save me. Mother. Didn't I tell you to leave? Didn't I tell you to leave, insolent child? Now you call for me. Try to deal with the situation yourself. You put yourself in this position either way. I hope you learn your lesson. Hey there. Oh, A child's voice called out from behind her. It belonged to a girl around 7, with chubby cheeks and a look of curiosity in her eyes. Honestly, she kind of looks like a creepy doll, but I can see where you got those features from, and I'm okay. She wore an old blue dress, somewhat patched to the corners, but kept clean and tidy. She was not rich, but had an air as if she owned the ground she stood on. Another commoner? This place is absolutely teeming with them. Marquis loves these things. Maybe pick them randomly from the street. Maybe I should get me one too. Do you think it's fashionable abroad, like in his birth country, I mean? Persia? No, I heard he's from India. I heard a rumor that he's a bastard son of a Greek queen. Goodness, that's so far-fetched. I could barely pronounce his name, though. He should really change it to something a bit more acceptable. Who knows what kind of demons he might attract with such a blasphemous name? Oh, it must be why all these nasty, horrid little creatures flock around him. Oh! Devil or not, forgive him if he kissed my hands. The ladies laughed. We're so funny, guys. Aren't you shameless? Don't lie. We all know why we're here. Ladies gossip among themselves, openly ignoring the girl. Yeah, I noticed. I'm sorry. The young girl took the sighting with a shrug. She approached the table and asserted her presence. What you doing? goodness, they don't take a hint, do they? There's something shiny, it might distract them. Hey, you've been holding that bread for a long time. Aren't you gonna give it to her? She points to the shabby rose vendor. Why do you care? Do you want the bread for yourself? I bet she's hungry too. I know. Why don't you toss the bread and see if they'll fight for it? The ladies laughed to themselves. The girl stared at them in confusion. Her brows furrowed in a childlike understanding. Next thing everyone knew, she had swiped the bread from the woman's hand about freaking time. Oh my! How rude! What a filthy girl, give that back! The girl sniffed a piece of bread and nibbled at the surface. Yummy. It's still warm. She shoved the bread into the urchin's face. The scrumptious scent of bread flooded the rose girl's nose. Lick it. That's all I got to read. Okay. No, you devil child! Give that back! The urchin licked it. Her tongue was covered in sweetness. She stood there, squeezing the taste in her tongue. The young girl grinned at her. She couldn't help but grin back. Sorry, here you go. It's all yours. Ugh! Disgusting. Mike wasn't gonna eat anything that's been by your filthy mouths. Wow, so this is ours now? You guys are so nice. Cheeky little brat, I'll have you thrown out of this party. I'll have you. The young man strode to the commotion. A sweet scent lingered as he passed. The rose girl felt her mouth whirl up. Oh, this is, the guy? I believe it's Gilly. His presence filled her body, almost as if her hunger had been abated. She blushed fiercely. Strange effect he had. Ladies. Oh, sire. I just came to check on my esteemed guest. Is everything alright? Are you enjoying yourself? One of the ladies started fanning herself with obvious annoyance. Oh, these little beasts have been harassing us. Yes, my lord. We were just minding our own business when these girls swiped the food off our table. Horrible moments. The girl stuck out her tongue at them. A lady wiped her eyes in mock tears. See, look at that. It's absolutely monstrous how these children act around adults now. There's no respect. I worry for the next generation. Oh, Charlotte, don't cry. So Charlotte, Antoinette, and oh, I was right about the Charlotte thing. Really? Okay, well, I guess it does count. Antoinette and Claudette? Very interesting. And Lord, we would all breathe a little easier if these children were sent on their way. Yeah, who knows what kind of mischief they might be up to. God, I can't get over how not pleased she looks. Like, she looks like she's gonna murder someone any second. We're gonna have a full-on Carrie remake in visual novel format. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Some blood goes rain from the sky. It's gonna be great. They're gonna drip out the windows. Stain the lack of flowers actually kind of bothers me now that I realize there's no like flowers or anything. I know it doesn't need that, but I just feel like it would add so much color to this, and it's not there. Oh, we're still on jewelry. In fact, I think my pocket watch is missing.
No. No, how unfortunate.
One of the ladies continued her childish wailing. It is. It's unfortunate how you allow your important guests to be treated this way. Please deal with these vermins. Throw them out now. Oh, my sweet ladies, I'm stricken with grief by your misfortune. Allow me to offer my heartfelt apologies. Unfortunately, this child is my important guest today. And you, I'm sad to say, Pulte squatters. Excuse me? Charlotte? Charlotte, yeah, sure. Of Montpellier? Montpellier? I don't know. I don't remember sending you an invite. Same for you, Lady Antoinette. And Claudette. Most people I invite are huge patrons of music. That's why they're here today. They came to listen to Mademoiselle Catherine Louis. Alright, I don't know why I keep trying. I don't know why I'm trying. I said I wasn't going to try, and I'm trying. And it's gonna mess with me. She's a 7-year-old piano prodigy who played for the Queen last summer. The man pointed to the girl busy chewing her half of the bread. She's so pleased with herself, I love her. Already. The rose girl just stared at the unfolding situation. Well, that's... I'm sure you're unaware. You're aware of that, were you not? No matter, I'm always happy to see you, ladies. It's my pleasure to have you around here. But I hope you don't mind giving some food away to my townspeople. That's why I keep my gates open. My servers are instructed to serve everyone who passes by, not just my guests. Look, and don't fret, my darling. There's plenty to be served. The ladies blushed in embarrassment. One of them began to fan herself even faster. Oh, how I've been wronged, bamboozled, swindled, tricked. I've had the wool thrown over my eyes and led into the dark valleys of dark deceit. Oh, for shame. Other redundancies that I can't think of right now. Excuse me. The Marquis, of course she's hiding behind him, walked behind the two girls. The rose girl's heart beat so fast it made her head feel light and dizzy. She had never been this close to him. It made her feel a mixture of fear and elation. Lady Catherine, your father has been looking for you. It's about time for your performance. The girl looked up from Marquis and did a little curtsy. My apologies, sire. I didn't mean to cause a cloud. He chuckled. I saw the whole thing. You put those ladies in their place. They were being mean to her. He narrowed his eyes at the quiet girl. She hid behind her basket of roses. Such a good defense. She couldn't look at him directly. It was like the sun. He actually seems really pale. Like, you see him more as a moon figure. Like he looks like he shouldn't even be out here in the sun. Like, it's just much too bright, and he doesn't suit his clothes at all. I don't know who did his wardrobe, but I feel like they should just taken off the coat because the coat looks horrible, especially against his complexion, his hair, and the clothes underneath. It looks like he just stole that coat from someone. And I don't, something about it, now that I say it, just bothers me. It hurt just to be in his presence. Yet there was relief in her heart as he stepped closer to her. I've seen you before, haven't I? The rose girl nodded, made a curtsy. I deliver roses to your house sometimes, sire. Yes, the girl with the sweetest face. Ugh. I mean, oh,
I love your roses, by the way. Thanks. They stay fresh longer than they should. Yeah, I bathe them in chlorine every day. Well, wait, we're talking about the roses. Never mind. You tended to them with love. Oh, definitely.
Thank you, sire.
Do you have a name?
Hi. What's the matter?
It's alright, young lady, if you would rather.
Let's call her Rosa.
Huh?
Rosa, it fits her. I think she forgot her name, or lost it.
Arceus nodded quickly. Replied point. Alright. Are you alright with that, Rosa? Sure, if I can call you Frills. Rose and Frills sounds like a great company to me. It actually almost sounds like a TV show, which would be awesome. How many visual novels get a TV show afterwards? Maybe that's the ticket. All anime would be better anime if they just came from visual novels. Stories right there. Easy, interactable, quick snippets, I don't know.
Yeah. Come on, Rosa. You watch me play, right?
The girl's eyes darted to her eyes darted from the girl to Marquise.
Sir, Gilly doesn't mind.
Gilly? Yeah, Gilly's good too, actually.
He's nice to me and my family. He helps people around town, so he won't throw you out.
Marquise held his right hand to the air, as if swearing an oath. I won't.
See? Come on. You're invited now. You're my special guest.
There's plenty of food inside too, Rosa. Please help yourself.
Thank you, sire. Rosa's coming! Yay! Now, this is my first public performance, Rosa. So don't fuck this up for me, alright? You're gonna be the loudest person in the room, and if I don't see you with a blazing smile on your face, you ruin this for me, I swear, I'll choke you with all the piano wires I can find. I'm a bit nervous. So that means you better bring your A game, you understand me?
She's so intense.
Don't ruin this for me. What if I make a mistake? Papa will be very upset.
Akio knelt in front of Catherine and rubbed her shoulders fondly. You won't make a mistake. Because if you do, I'll murder you in your sleep. And your family. You'll never see them again. As long as you put your heart to the keys. Because if you don't, I'll put your heart to the ground. Play to touch your audience, and the stakes won't matter, because they'll be your last. Do you understand? Catherine stared at Marquis. Not really. The man chuckled. You will someday. Just play your song with me in your mind, will you? I know it's like encouragement, but it's really intimidating. It's like I'll have a sniper trained on you at all times. Something that you will think will make me smile. What? Dude, she's like 7. I know, I understand the time frame of when this is happening, but she's still a little too ripe, you know? Or wait, ripe is a good thing, isn't it? Shoot, what's the word for, what's the opposite of ripe? I don't know. She's like a green banana, alright? She needs a little more time in the cooker. I don't know. I feel like I start analogies and metaphors before I finish them. But dude, Gilly, you have to wait until at least the 12th birthday. He kissed her hand. It was covered with sticky sugar and breadcrumbs. It's disgusting. Catherine blushed. It was the first time she looked embarrassed by anything in her life. Because she was still only 7.
It would be my pleasure, sir.